At this hour, I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. President Donald Trump has officially announced that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE. Trump said the pair will dismantle government bureaucracy. It'll become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time, he said, driving out the massive waste in the country's $6.5 trillion annual spending on things like $1.5 million to study the effects of yoga on goats, $4.5 million to spray alcoholic rats with bobcat urine, and $1 million studying the effects of music on dairy cows, something Rand Paul often detailed to deaf ears in Congress.
$800,000 of taxpayer money to study whether Japanese quail are more sexually promiscuous on cocaine. $500,000, and they wanted to know whether or not the male mating call is different in the country than it is in the city. $500,000 on a video game, $700,000 of it to watch Neil Armstrong's statement on the moon. Did he really say one small step for a man? $3 million, though, wanting to know if humans would eat ants to prevent climate change. We spent $1.5 million studying lizards on a treadmill.
Musk saying that everything they do will be posted online for complete transparency. Attorney General Ken Paxton has filed a lawsuit against the Biden-Harris DOJ to prevent the records from Jack Smith's, quote, corrupt investigation into President Donald Trump from being destroyed. The Texas AG taking to X saying, I will not allow the corrupt weaponization of the United States government to be swept under the rug as Jack Smith and others who unjustly targeted President Trump attempted to avoid accountability. The American people deserve transparency, and those responsible for these unlawful witch hunts must not destroy the evidence of their own misdeeds. Paxton filed a FOIA request back in November requesting the records, making a note that previous special counsels like Robert Mueller destroyed records and escaped accountability. So he sued to make sure the records from Jack Smith were preserved. Paxton saying Jack Smith's team has conducted itself in multiple ways that suggest it cannot be blindly trusted to preserve and eventually produce all of its records. President Joe Biden raising eyebrows once again after asking a reporter if she could get hit in the head by a camera behind her after she asked him about a possible hostage deal. Israeli journalist Nira Kraus asked Biden if he could get a deal done by the end of the term. Here's what happened next.
President Biden, do you think that you can get a hostage deal by the end of your term?
I think you can get hit in the head by a camera behind you.
Biden then shifted his attention back to Israeli President Isaac Herzog in the Oval Office. The question was in reference to the hostages that are still being held by the terror group of Hamas after they attacked innocent civilians on October 7th of last year. Biden has rejected calls for a ceasefire, saying we should have those hostages released and then we can talk. The illegal migrant who has been accused of brutally murdering a 22-year-old nursing student in Georgia has waived his right to a jury trial. Jose Ibarra appeared in court on Tuesday to make the request. He is being charged for killing Laken Hope Riley in February. Her murder sparked a national firestorm when Ibarra was charged, and the country discovered he was in the country illegally. People across the nation blamed the Biden-Harris administration open border policies for her death. The bench trial is set to start on Friday. New York City Mayor Eric Adams appears to be signaling approval and compliance with President Donald Trump's mass deportation plan, saying the American people have spoken. Adams making his stance very clear to a reporter who tried to corner him on the deportation issue.
The voters communicated loudly and clearly. We have a broken immigration system. It needs to be fixed. That's the only conversation I want. It's broken. It needs to be fixed. And New York City was devastated by that broken system. 220,000 migrants and asylum seekers have made their way here.
New York is spending nearly $5 billion to take care of illegal migrants that have overwhelmed the city. Comcast is reportedly thinking about selling off their cable networks business, including CNBC, MSNBC, and Oprah's Oxygen network, as the media tries to deal with a massive decline in viewership. The separation would not include the broadcast network NBC or the streaming platform Peacock. However, the media giant is looking for a partner to help grow the streaming business. This, according to comments made by the Comcast president during their third quarter earnings call. The comments come as MSNBC continues to hemorrhage viewers. In fact, since Election Day, the anti-Trump network has had a 54% drop in primetime viewership. Sarah Huckabee Sanders sending a huge shout out to her father after President Donald Trump named former Governor Mike Huckabee as the U.S. ambassador to Israel.
There's no greater supporter and nobody that has a greater understanding of our two nations' unbreakable bond.
Trump saying that Huckabee is a staunch defender of Israel and has promised to align U.S. foreign policy more closely with Israel and their fight against the terror group of Hamas in Gaza and the terror group of Hezbollah in Lebanon. In a statement, Trump said Mike has been a great public servant, governor, and leader in faith for many years. He loves Israel and the people of Israel, and likewise, the people of Israel love him. Mike will work tirelessly to bring about peace in the Middle East. After a year filled with anxiety and a legal fight about its future in the U.S., TikTok may have just been thrown a lifeline by the man who was just elected to be the president of the United States of America. President Donald Trump repeatedly promised during his campaign to oppose a ban on the short-form video app. For months, TikTok and its China-based parent company, ByteDance, have been caught up in a legal battle with the U.S. over a federal law that was passed by Congress forcing ByteDance to sell the social media platform or face a ban in the U.S. If the court rules in favor of the ban, it would then fall on Trump's Justice Department to enforce the statute. Check this out. The quarterback from West Virginia doing the Donald Trump after scoring a touchdown in his team's victory over Cincinnati. The celebration caught the eye of the president, who shared the video of the football player's dance moves to Truth Social. Trump's signature rally dance has caught on across the nation as videos have been popping up showing people pumping their arms, including my favorite, the Sigma Nu frat boys who celebrated Trump's win with the dance.
There was never any doubt. Kamala, you're fired.
That's what you need to know at this hour. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo, Salem News Channel.